DJ and PK, the Utah Mammoth, for the first time ever, defeated the Edmonton Oilers 6-5 in overtime on Tuesday night at the Delta Center on what could potentially be a first-round playoff matchup for Utah. In fact, if the playoffs started today, it would be the Mammoth and Edmonton. And Utah, with 6 games left in the regular season, coming from behind 3 times on Tuesday night to get a big victory against Edmonton. Their 41st of the year. Their magic number is now 6. Again, Utah could officially clinch a playoff berth coming up within the next couple of days. They got the scoring started early in this one, 1:53 into the first. J.J. Peterka, his 24th.
Backdoor, they score! J.J. Peterka found a sliver of daylight.
But 11 seconds later, Edmonton tied it, and before you knew it, they had a 3-1 lead. Mammoth, though, able to get things back under control, and head coach Andre Cherney says this goal right here from Nick Schmaltz was a real pivotal point in getting the Utah comeback started on the way to victory.
Keller in front, they score! Nick Schmaltz finds the back of the net, and Utah is back within 1.
Less than 5 minutes later, Logan Cooley's 23rd tied it up.
This way, one-timer, Cooley, and he scores! Logan Cooley is scalding hot.
But just 47 seconds after that, Edmonton once again responding quickly after a Utah goal. They made it 4-3. Nick Schmaltz, though, short-handed, tied us up going to the second intermission.
Schmaltz fires, scores!
Edmonton came out in the third, got the lead back. Alexander Kerfoot, though, with 7:04 left to go in regulation, tipped home a Sean Dursey shot, tied it up at 5.
Dursey swings it towards the net, and they score! Put another one in the tip jar for Alexander Kerfoot.
And then Clayton Keller on the power play in overtime. Sends the fans home happy with his 26th of the year.
Sergachev this way for Keller. Right dot, he shoots and scores! Captain on deck! A 6-5 overtime win for the Utah Mammoth!
So big victory for Utah over Edmonton. Again, they had never defeated them before. 2 weeks ago, Tuesday, they fell 5-2 to the Oilers, but they were able to will their way through this one to win their 4th straight contest. And with 5 games left, Mammoth starting to look pretty good. Is it perfect? No, but they're banking points, banking wins, headed towards the playoffs. Let's hear from Nick Schmaltz, who in the contest got his 29th and 30th goals of the season.
You, other leaders, everyone stepped up tonight. What did it take for this group to get this win over the Edmonton Oilers?
Yeah, it was a fun game. Got down early. I thought we were still playing well even after the first period. I thought we, just gave them some looks that they capitalized on, and we stuck with it all game. And just we had a feeling that we were going to come back. So great win. It was fun to be a part of. It was a great atmosphere out there.
This group talked about wanting to win at home. Describe to us that atmosphere that you experienced tonight.
Yeah, we want it to be tough to play here. I mean, it's super loud. It's a fun environment to be a part of. So glad we get that win for the fans, and hopefully we can continue that down the stretch here.
Can you describe the level of intensity when it came to the actual game itself in this match?
Yeah, it was pretty high. I mean, we kind of know where we stand and where they stand. These points are so valuable, and we want to get that X-Buyer name as fast as we can. So we're doing everything we can, and we're battling every night. And 2 points is huge, especially against that team.
And going into the second intermission, obviously your goal with less than a minute left. Can you walk me through what went through your head? Obviously a big one for the crowd too. Yeah, it was huge. Johnny made a great play. They were kind of at the end of the power play, so I knew they were tired, so I just tried to take off, and I like to shoot low gloves, so fortunate to win in.
Schmaltz's second goal in the game was a shorthanded goal for Utah. The team's 8th of the year. They entered the night 8th in the NHL in shorthanded goals. Another big night from the captain, Clayton Keller, as he now has 11 points in the last 5 games, sending the fans home happy. His 6th-game winner of the year and his 4th in overtime.
To get that win against the Edmonton Oilers tonight.
Yeah, I think we stuck with it all game. Obviously being down 3-1, and I still feel like we were playing good hockey. A couple of bounces here and there, but just part of the way that we stuck with it. We had a big push in the third. We were playing our style of hockey, and we get the goal there, and then we keep pressing. We don't kind of sit back and back up. So it's a good step in the right direction, and still got some games left. So it's a huge win though.
Well, your line mates just hit 30 goals for the first time in his career. What have you seen out of Nick Schmaltz's effort, his hard work, everything that he's done this season?
Yeah, you guys know I think the world of him and him as a player and person, and just so gifted, fast, skilled, thinks the game at such a high level, and has such a good stick. Like there's so many things about his game that people don't recognize or truly appreciate as much as all of us do in this room, and just how good he is. So that's huge for him for sure. He's got that sneaky little wrister, and he's good and tight. He's got good hands. So it's great to see him get that, and I don't think that's the ceiling for him, honestly.
You guys were able to crawl back from 3 different deficits. What about the ability to do that separates elite level teams in this league from the ones that don't make playoffs?
I think just pressing when we were down, and still felt like we had lots of confidence all game. We never had that that span of being down on ourselves or whatever it may be. We just kept rolling it over and trusting that it would turn, and I think that's something that we've gotten better at as the years gone on. So good on us, I guess.
And head coach Andre Tourigny happy with his group's effort. His key word on this one, resilience, as they erased 3 deficits, including a 2-goal deficit. And they won a game that they led for only 11 seconds in.
Are you not entertained? That's an entertaining game. The highlight for me, it's how resilient we were. I think we were playing well. They took the lead. That stuff happened, but it was 3-1, and never felt our guys' confidence went away or stress. Or they were just resilient to stay on it. They knew we were playing well. Obviously, they're a good team on the other side, so they had some moment in the second, but even then, I didn't feel we got out of where we had to be mentally, physically in our game. Really proud of the way we stayed with it, and obviously the second goal, I think, is they're all big goal when you win in overtime, but I think the second goal got us in the groove a little bit, and then we tied the game. They scored 4-3. We came back. I really think huge character. The boys stayed in the present. They stayed on it. They were really resilient. Really proud of them.
Cooley and Schmaltz are both on 5-game point streaks. Schmaltz hit 30 goals for the first time in his career. What have you seen, especially as of late, out of their offensive game to consistently be on the score sheet, and the little details they do that aren't on the score sheet?
Well, okay, first, those 2 guys, those 2 lines share McDavid all night long. I think they did a really good job. I think that is, without them doing such a good job on both sides of the puck, they score, both of them, but they as well played really well against 97. So I think they play complete game, and I will start with Schmaltz. Schmaltz always at his best when he has that awareness, that urgency in his game. When he has that, as much as he wants to produce offensively, he's elite defensively, just because here he's at the right place, and that lead to offense for him, and that lead to production. So. Was good on face-off as well, so did a good job. Cooley, think did a really good job. Made him one mistake in the second puck management. He react like a real pro. He knew it. Did not repeat it. In overtime, didn't want somebody who can skate with McDavid, and he had the fire in his eyes. And I got this. I said, hey, you don't take chances. He said, don't worry. He didn't even want to hear me. He was kind of just put me out there and don't worry. And he drew the penalty, and we scored on that. So proud of the young guy.
So now 5 games left in the regular season, starting Thursday night against the Nashville Predators. We'll have it for you on the radio on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Hockey night in Utah starts at 6. Of course, Mike Fulton and I will recap it all. Our final thoughts, we'll hear from President of Revenue and Commercial Strategy, Chris Barney, on the all-new Mammoth. The Mammoth Zamboni. You got to see it to believe it. We'll have it on Mammoth Daily, on the Utah Mammoth YouTube page, Mammoth Plus and SCG Plus, and the audio version on Apple and Spotify. If you haven't seen the Mammoth, it was unveiled on Tuesday. You can check it out on Mammoth social media as well. So fun day coming up on Mammoth Daily, wherever you get your podcast. DJ and PK, have a good rest of your Wednesday, and we'll be back Friday morning to recap what we think will be the 5th straight win for Utah.